Who knew a food product could cause so much drama, honestly? Chef P's pink sauce has made headlines all year pretty much, with people either horrified or fascinated by it, and absolutely shocked over how a sauce has managed to go completely viral. Pink sauce has transformed over the last couple of months, and the drama doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. Originally, TikToker Chef P found herself in loads of drama when she tried to sell pink sauce straight out of her own kitchen. She was making the sauce at home, bottling it at home, and shipping it off in baggies to people that found her on TikTok who were willing to spend $20 on this magical pink sauce. Yes, the sauce was originally selling for $20 a bottle, and with that price, people were not expecting to receive what they did. People received exploded bottles, sauce with misspellings on the label, the nutrition facts were inaccurate, and some bottles failed to include an expiration date. It was a complete disaster, and concern grew for the safety of the people that were consuming this product, since it seemed like she was using regular and not powdered milk for the sauce, so this thing had no shelf life, and people were really worried about the quality of the product once it was reaching people's doorsteps, because it was being shipped in these bags at first, and then it was being shipped in boxes, but it was not being shipped with ice or anything like that. So it was getting warm, it was out in the summer sun, and people were like, this is getting spoiled. And throughout the process of her getting her business off the ground, Chef P seemed to not really know what she had gotten herself into, honestly. She felt as though she was the victim in this situation and had been wronged by people who made reviews of her sauce. She felt like people were lying on her name, making stuff up, and she was making it very clear that she felt like she didn't do that much wrong when she went on the Karamo Brown show, which I recently talked about, where it seemed like, unfortunately, Karamo and his team did little to no research on Chef P and pink sauce. So they were taking her word for it when she went on the show and said that she was attacked over a small packaging error. Like, no, girl, you were not attacked by a small packaging error. There was a lot of stuff that went wrong. A lot of stuff that went wrong. So Karamo and Chef P proceeded to attack a girl on the show who had made a review of the pink sauce and found glitter in the bottle of the sauce that she ordered. That is a complete hazard, but for some reason, the two of them were making her feel like she was the worst person in the entire world, and she single-handedly caused all of this harassment on Chef P for a small packaging error. Like, that is not a small packaging error. That is way worse than a small packaging error. But Karamo had no idea what the situation was, and he still hasn't apologized for the situation and how he treated that customer that came on the show. But after a ton of backlash, Chef P did end up being the one to apologize to the girl. But even with that apology, the public who watched the episode and knew how wrong the episode was still upset that she allowed a host as well as herself to publicly humiliate a customer on television. But since all of this, there's been some major changes happening to pink sauce. I mentioned before that she partnered with the sauce company Dave's Gourmet, and they were actually going to be creating and selling the sauce now. They were going to be giving it a shelf life to make sure that it could withstand shipping, but there is some drama going on because the sauce doesn't exactly look the same, and Chef P knows that, but doesn't seem to want to get into it too much.
It is a little lighter.
That was the only time she ever addressed the sauce being a little lighter now that Dave's Gourmet has taken over. But ever since, her bottles have only gotten pinker and pinker, while the ones being sold have stayed the same pale color. But we're gonna get into that. So the sauce is now selling for a much cheaper price, which is good because $20 is just absurd. It is now $9.99, which I think it's still expensive, but Dave's Gourmet sauces all do tend to be expensive and in this price range, so I'm not surprised by it, but definitely an improvement from it being $20. So some of the photos provided on this site show the sauce being this color, and a lot of people feel as though the sauce doesn't look very pink anymore. And as customers have been ordering it and getting it in, you can really see what the sauce is looking like, and it looks more orange than anything, but it's got a proper nutrition facts label now. You can see the ingredients, they're all spelled right. It all seems to be not as much of a health hazard anymore, thank goodness. But people are wondering about the color. Like, what is going on here, okay? The website does claim that actual color may vary from the images shown. And I do think that when you receive it, it is probably going to be this like more pale, like orange color instead of the pink. And it probably is mostly as a result of the fruit that is in it. There's dragon fruit that is in the sauce. And I think like based on the dragon fruit that they're gonna get, that's gonna be the deciding factor on how the sauce is gonna be colored that day, honestly. Because sometimes dragon fruit is like very pink, sometimes it's less pink. So I think that is really what they're using as like a natural dye to make this pink. But the thing is, these photos on the website, out of all the photos that they are giving, none of them look like the ones that Chef P is sharing in videos on our Instagram and her TikTok. And it kind of has me wondering if she's putting her original sauce recipe back into her new bottle, or if she's adding more coloring to the new sauce on her own just for promotional purposes, even though the sauce being sold right now isn't even close to the color of hers. Because you can see here, I mean, the sauce looks very pink and it looks nothing like what customers have been unboxing and showing that they've received. I think that she is putting something in her sauce to make it just give it that wow factor, because the wow factor is what sold the sauce the first time. And I think she knows that. And if she's just using like a pale sauce in these videos, people are going to be like, whatever. But if her sauce is pink, people are going to be more inclined to buy it if they want a pink sauce. Which obviously, yes, that's very wrong to do, because people are going to receive a sauce and it's not going to be pink and they're going to be disappointed, they're going to be confused, and they're going to go to her and they're going to be like, what the heck happened? And people on her Instagram have definitely commented saying that they've noticed this weird little switch up, and they've said things like, got mine and I wish it was actually a pink sauce. Why is yours so much pinker? Why are the bottles that are ordered not as pink as yours? Why is this pink but the bottles being sold are orange? She hasn't exactly addressed this and probably won't, honestly. Like I said, I really do just think that she knows how dramatic it looks when the sauce is really pink, and she is probably maybe adding to hers to give it that oh my god wow factor, even if it isn't the product that people would actually be receiving. But regardless of the ever-changing colors, the product did shockingly sell out. She posted on her Instagram saying that they sold out, and now like you can only be like notified when it does restock, and they are planning to restock. And I mean, I guess Dave's Gourmet knew what they were getting into when they signed up to do this with her, that you know, they were going to get their money because there is a demand. There is this curiosity for pink sauce. And I really do think that curiosity comes from people wanting to know what it tastes like, because throughout all these videos, people could never seem to describe the sauce, and she never wanted to reveal what the sauce actually tasted like. She was like, you're gonna have to buy it to find out. And I think that curiosity would get a lot of people to just be like, okay, like I'm gonna just try it and I'm just gonna see how it is. And now that it's actually being sold safely and it's gonna be shipped correctly and everything is safe, I think people are more inclined to buy it. Plus, I will say that Dave's Gourmet does make some really good sauces. They do have one of my favorite hot sauces. So I feel like they do know what they're doing there, and they probably couldn't make it that pink for a reason, which sucks, but is probably for the best. I mean, I feel like they don't want to dye it or put anything like crazy artificial in there, and that's probably why it's the color that it is. It definitely has people worried about like whatever was in her original sauce, but I guess now it's the debate of, do you want it to be safe or do you want it to be pink? Now, as far as things that Chef P are addressing, she wanted to address comments that recently accused her of not liking her own sauce, since people felt like she was always editing her videos like right after she takes a bite of her food, and it also looks like she might be hesitating to even eat the food with the sauce on it.
I actually do eat the sauce, like chew the whole thing, but I just trim my videos down. So, here's the full clip of me eating the pink sauce. See, if I try to do it fast, what happens?
But I certainly want to know what you guys think about all of this, and if any of you guys would be down to try the new version, and now that it's being sold by an actual sauce company and not straight out of Chef P's kitchen. Let me know in the comments below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.